Hello, this is Steve from Beaute's Leatherworks, and today's project is these cool Christian Louboutin shoes. I think that's how you pronounce it. But you know what it is. It's iconic red soles. Everybody knows what these shoes are. So we're going to do a full JR soles, combination heels. We're going to do a blind stitch. This is a Blake stitch shoe, which means that it's stitched from the inside. It's not a Goodyear welt that's stitched from the outside like that. We're going to put a French tip on here, a Triumph tip, and clean, polish, condition them up and make it look a little better. They're not bad shape at all, but we're going to do JR soles. All right, let's get started. Now this is how you can tell they're Blake stitch. You guys see the stitches inside? Right on the sides there. Yep, that means that it's stitched from inside of the shoe to the outside. It's just another way of doing it. It's nothing, it's not bad. It's just not Goodyear welted, that's all. Now well, I can't even talk. These have leather stacked heels on here, which would most likely we're going to reuse them. Now, some of you might be asking, how's the quality? The quality is pretty good, you know. It's a nice constructed shoe, but you know, you can't really tell until you take it apart. I mean, the heel base is on there pretty good. They got a couple of nails in there, but that doesn't mean anything. Believe it or not, these are mass-produced shoes. And he's known for his red bottom soles. I have a feeling that this is not... Well, this is not Blake's, well, not the blind stitch, I should say, not Blake's, it is Blake stitched. There's me hitting the camera. Now we're not gonna, yeah, you see? We're not gonna do red bottoms on these. The customer requested to have a neutral finish on the bottom. Okay, I'll see what they did. So basically they took the sole, okay? They took a sole, and they split it in half. You put this through a splitter, it's called, it splits it right in half. They took the bottom portion, stitched it on, and then glued the top portion back on. Now you've got a Blake stitch shoe. It's not a blind stitch. This is just a glue-on sole. That's all it is. This is a piece of cardboard here that they use as a filler, not a filler, but they use as a to give the shank a little bit of a rise, like a fiddleback waist. But we're going to replace that. We're going to make that a little bit higher with a leather piece, not cardboard piece. So we're going to do this job a little bit properly. We're going to get rid of those stitches there, okay? We're going to clean those out. We're going to put an actual sole on there. We're going to actually open the channel, split the leather to do a blind stitch all the way. That secures the midsection to the base of the shoe also. All right, let's continue. So we mark the leather sole, we cut it. Why do we cut it? Now, a couple of reasons I do that. I like to keep the jar in the center, because if it's one piece like this, trying to glue it down, you're always off a little bit. This way, when it's cut, when you go ahead and put the sole on the shoe on the sole, that logo is dead center. Also, I'm going to stamp it here. And now, this is a 10-11 size JR, which is pretty thick compared to what they had. So what we're going to do first, we're going to sand that down just a little around the edges to give it that thinner profile. And this way, when it's cut already, I know exactly how much to sand off. So it'll be right on the edge of that, maybe about ½ inch or so. All right, let's continue. Now, we've got some leftover leather here. What are we going to do with this piece? Okay. Remember we took the whatchamacallit off, the little piece of paper off the shank. Where did it go? It's here somewhere. That piece right there. So we're going to use part of the sole we cut off. We're going to make that into that fiddleback waist. Not much of a fiddleback waist like the Allen Edmonds I did. That was really, really a lot of a fiddleback waist. It's going to be a little bit of a hump right here. It already had that hump before originally. Okay, there's the piece. But we're going to make that a little bit more. Okay, let's continue. Be patient, grasshopper. Be patient. It's coming. You guys are crazy. You crazy. Oh, we put 3 stamps on the soles. Beaute's Leatherworks, Recrafting USA, and Made in Italy. Hey, it is an Italian product, right? I'm not lying, right? If I'm lying, I'm dying. I'm alive, so I guess I'm not lying. Let's continue. Because of you guys, I'm so crazy. No? Too bad. You guys see that hump? Humpty Dump. Now, this tool here, it's called 5-in-1. You guys see that? This cutter right here, it cuts, it skives. this right here, basically, you put the shoe, the welt like that, okay? And you turn it all the way around. It tightens the welt, or a midsole in this one, and the sole together gets rid of the air pockets. Now, I don't like doing that. I'll show you why. So let's say this is the sole, right? You guys see those marks? There's a pattern underneath this wheel right here, which leaves those marks, which I hate. I don't want any marks on my sole other than the impressions that I'm going to make like a pattern. I don't like that at all. So I don't do it that way. So, most guys do. I mean, it's a preference. I just don't. I don't like that. So what I've done, I've sanded this last down, gives it a nice edge right there. Put it right underneath the welt and hammer it down, because what happens is that, you know, this gets underneath right the welt, and then you hammer the sole to the welt, it gets rid of the air pockets. I like my soles to be smooth. Smooth as a, you know what's bottom. Baby's bottom. All right, let's continue. Okay, so let me show you guys what I want to do with the heels. This is basically this is the original heel. It's called the combination heel, half rubber, half leather, okay? Now, I want to do like a dovetail. This is called a dovetail pattern. You see that? Now, there's lots of different types of dovetails. Okay. So what I want to do, I want to come up with my own dovetail. I mean, you know me, I don't like simple things. I always want to be difficult. Now, since the customer didn't want to have red bottoms, I thought it would be nice to have some sort of red on the sole somewhere. Not jumping in your face, but, you know, maybe just a little bit of it. So I came up with this idea. So we're going to take this right here, okay? We're going to cut the dovetail pattern out, the rubber top lift and the leather piece I cut, like that, okay? And the end result is going to look like this. See that red line right there? Kind of a little homage to the red soles. Okay, I think that's going to look good. Now we're going to keep a natural color because that's what the customer wanted. Maybe I'll put like a neutral cream on it just to kind of tint that a little bit. Other than that, it's not going to change the color. We're not going to do red. We're not going to do anything fancy on the bottom. All right, let's get started. No, sorry. Let's continue. I get confused sometimes. So as you guys can see, it's like a puzzle. Cool. Let's continue. Okay, so this is called a Blake stitch machine, or lock stitch it's called, right? Or McKay. I mean, there's a lot of names for it. So open up a channel right there so the stitches can be countersunk. And here we go. See, the reason it's called, the Blake machine, the Blake stitching is stitched always from the inside. You see how it goes in right there? The outsole stitching stitches from the outside. Okay, that's for Goodyear welt. Of course, as soon as I want to record, it doesn't want to stitch. Oh Lord. Now, it ain't up to him if it's going to stitch or not. Come on now, buddy, don't do it to me. All right, now this is what you call a truly Blake stitched, blind Blake stitched job. Let's continue. I usually put these screws on with my drill, but the bit has bit the dust. Yeah, the bit bit the dust. So I gotta do it manually. Let's continue. Man, I got a big thumb. Where are you? Ah. All right, welcome back. We are done with another project. I think they turned out pretty good. I mean, they weren't in bad shape to begin with, but the customer wanted GR soles and wanted the neutral color finish, and I think we achieved that. I put this red line on the sides and on the edges here. That'll wear off. That's not just it's on the surface, not a big deal, but that red in the middle there will stay there for a long time because that's throughout the whole top lift. All right, so this was a $465 job, plus like $30 to ship them to Canada. I got to ship them out, so almost $500, you know. And I think they turned out pretty good. All he's got to do is just maintain them once in a while, polish, condition them up. It'll last them for many years to come. All right, now I shared you guys with the prices, but there's always somebody says, oh, why do you share your prices? You don't have to do that, blah, blah, blah. I understand that, but it's kind of good for me to tell you guys what I charge, because if I don't, somebody's going to say, hey, how much do you charge for that? Then I got to sit there in the comment and type how much I charge. So I'd rather say it, and the ones who don't want to hear it, well, just turn the volume down, I guess. I don't know. So anyway, I appreciate you guys joining me today. Just a note for you guys. If you guys have any repairs, any items that need repairing, reach out to your local cobbler shops, okay? Almost every town has a shoe repair shop. And with the virus going around, with all this mess going on, business has been down, all right? I'm grateful. Thank God that I have plenty of work to keep me busy. But I got friends of mine who are, in desperate need of some work. So if there is a cobbler in your city, in your town, just reach out, see if you have some repairs and help them out with that type of business. I'm greatly appreciated. I'm lucky that I have this avenue to reach out to you guys to say, you know what, maybe if you need something, look in your town and see if there's a local guy who can help you out with some repairs. Other than that, we are still on track with the 100K repair. Don't forget, October 10th is the deadline. I've got tons and tons of email. Okay, but it's not that much. I think right now it was up to like 85. I think 85, but I still have some more to print. Let's say 100. 5 out of 100 is not bad. That's 5%. Okay, so the odds are not bad. So somebody's gonna get lucky with a nice repair, and just send it in. Send your emails in with the subject 100K repair. And when the time comes, maybe we'll do a live show or something, or go live. I don't know. We'll figure something out. All right. All right. Thank you again for joining us. Share, comment, give me a thumbs up. You know what to do. I appreciate it. We'll see you guys on the next project. Take care.